Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. And at the end of the previous episode, I did say I was going to grind out some limits. You may have already seen that by now. But Cloud now has Blade Beam, Red 13 has Lunatic High and Blood Fang, Aerith has Breath of the Earth, and Barret and Tifa both learned the next one. I do have Barret still set to limit level 1, and I did build it up, because the next main story boss fight, I'm going to need him and his Mind Blow. And then Tifa has Water Kick. And before we really proceed forward, we're going to be getting a new party member, and we're going to be grinding up her limits as well. And then before the end of the episode, I am also going to grind out the second limit for everybody's level 2. And that will just be a little montage at the end of the episode after I say bye. Alrighty, so let's get this going. So we're going to be starting off with running over to the woods over here. And we are going to get a new party member. Not yet, apparently. Random battle. Back attack. And who do I have with the enemy skill materia currently? Red. So, Matcha Magic. Alright, and now that we are over here, I want the top-down view, that way the camera is not consistently turning around. And now we just need to run around and fight these little turds until you know who shows up. No, I do not mean Voldemort. Wow. Okay, guys. Buzz off. Oh my goodness. That's like the only attack they do as well. It's kind of annoying. What the hell? Does everybody get a turn before we do? Matcha Magic, and they're all dead. If you can hear my AC going on in the background, I am very sorry. It's a little hot. But the enemies in the woods here are actually very good for increasing your limit gauge. Wait a second, I never did set reds. Oh my goodness. I also wanted to go over reds as well. So Sled Fang, we already know it attacks one opponent. It just does good damage. And then Lunatic High is kind of more a utility limit. So if you were to go into a boss fight and you would want to haste up and increase your defense for a little bit, you could build up his limit gauge before the boss fight, go into it, and then have him start the fight off by using Lunatic High. I'm not really going to be doing that, simply because I don't like it. And then Blood Fang acts like Sled Fang, and it can drain HP and MP from an enemy and restore some of Red's health. And that's what I'm going to set it to. Alright. Let's continue looking for the Mystery Ninja. These guys again. Oh, yes. While I was grinding out those limits earlier, I did end up leveling a good chunk of materia. I'm gonna have Cloud cure everybody. And then I'm going to show off Blade Beam afterwards, actually. Alright, so Blade Beam, we want to attack somebody in the back first. Because after you hit the main guy, you get extra waves of energy that do damage. And if you hit enemies in the back, they do a little bit more damage. And now Matcha Magic to finish everybody off. Alright, easy enough fight. There are some impulse wave enemies as well here. Those are also really good guys for increasing your limit gauges to work on grinding out your next limit. Here she is! This is the Mystery Ninja. So we're just going to have Cloud attack. Gonna have Red use Beta on her. And I'm gonna have Aerith use Bolt 2 just because, if Beta doesn't finish her off. I can't believe it. Yeah, fight's over. That was quick. That was easy. Alright. And now we need to interact with her. So we need to do everything perfectly here. If you do anything that could cause a menu to open, you will lose some gil. I don't think words are hard. I don't think she will take any materia, but you will lose gil. And then you'll have to find her again. Man, I can't believe I lost. You spiky-headed jerk. One more time. Let's go one more time. Not interested. Thinking of running away? Stay and fight. Fight, I said. Talk to her again. Come on, what's the matter? You're pretty scared of me, huh? Petrified. Just as I thought. What do you expect with my skills? Good luck to you guys, too. If you feel up to it, we can go another round. Later. I'm gonna leave. I mean it. Wait a second. What is it? You still have something for me? So is that it? I know you want my help because I'm so good. You want me to go with you? That's right. Yeah, thought so. You put me in a spot. What should I do? But if you want me that bad, I can't refuse. Alright, I'll go with you. And then let's hurry, because if you say what's your name, it's going to bring up the menu screen for you to decide on her name, and then she's going to take your gil and be off, and then she won't be in the party. So let's hurry. Hey! Wait, I haven't even told you my name. And now that she's brought it up, there's the trophy. Shuri can join us. And she has joined the party. I'm Yuffie. Good to meet ya. Just as I planned. Now all I have to do is a little this and a little that. Hey, wait up! Wait for me! Alright. That is the new party member, PHS. Yuffie's in the party. And due to the average party level being 22 currently, due to Cloud, Red 13, and Aerith being 22, that is her starting level. Tifa and Barrett don't count because they're below the average, but here we are. And she's pretty decent. Her limits are pretty interesting. Her first limit is called Greased Lightning. And it effectively works a lot like Cloud's Braver, actually. Woo, no, don't do that. Yeah, it works a lot like Braver. It's just a single target, single hit attack. And then once you use that oh so much, she gets Clear Tranquil, I think, which works just like Aerith's Healing Wind. And then after she gets X amount of kills, she'll get, I can't remember what it is, but I'll be showing those, I'll be showing myself learning all of those new ones for Yuffie at the end of the episode. But now, wait, I want Red back in the party. Thank you. Alright, and now that we have done that, I actually want to go to Fort Condor. Because I want to do the first battle. Ooh. And I'll have... Oh, dang, she's... We'll use it anyway. Because I do need to use that in order for her to get her next limit break anyway. Alright. Now I am going to check out the shops here with you guys for a second. I'm hoping they sell hypers. I think they do. Anyways, the shops are right up here. Okay, yes. Yeah! Okay, so I'm gonna buy not that many. 11 will be fine. And I'll buy one more of those just to have them evened out. Anyways, hypers cure sadness, but if you apply them to a party member who's not afflicted with sadness, it will cause them to be affected with fury. And fury increases damage you take, increases your odds of missing your own attacks, but it also increases the rate at which your limit gauges fill up. And having everybody with the fury status and then going over to the woods and letting the impulses attack you will fill up your limit gauges pretty frequently, very quickly. What have we got here for materia? Fire, lightning, ice, restore. We've already got all of these. I do want to sell my extra fire, right? Nah, it's fine. Yeah. I don't need more than one fire materia. Okay. Now we're going to go rest up. And then, ooh, sorry, I don't know if you guys heard that. The Fort Condor battles are probably the only time I would actually recommend using the 3x speed multiplier. Simply because they can take for absolute ever if you don't. Episode 12. Up the ladder. Thank you. Whoa, he didn't even look like he was on the ladder there for a second. Alright. We need to go this way. Thanks for accepting. So, shall I let you in on our strategy? The enemy has targeted our mountain reactor and will be climbing to reach it. We must set a trap and hire soldiers to protect the place. Well, this is all we have. This village doesn't have any money. Even if we wanted to fight, we can't because we're broke. We need 400 gil to hire one soldier, so if we hire 20 soldiers, we need 8,000 gil. We need to ask you to use your own money to hire these soldiers, buy the equipment, set it up, and give the commands. If you don't have time, could you help us with a donation? If you donate the money, we can hire the soldiers and block Shinra's attack. We know we're asking is selfish. We sent our wives and children to another village, but we are resigned to stay. Let's get back to basics. If the enemy reaches this shed, you'll have to fight them off immediately. It's not the end of the world, but if you lose repeatedly, it could be dangerous. Now then, is there anything you wish to ask? No. Hey, looks like they're getting ready to attack right now. Please, any help is appreciated. Okay, I think it's okay ready. You have 10 enemies. There appear to be many beasts, so you may want to deploy more attackers. Alright, and I'm immediately going to be... Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so start the game. Alright. Uh-oh. I think it's a good thing I saved. Why can't I put anything down? There we go. Oh, fighter. 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 There we are. Shooter. Action. Attack. Attack. Yeah, I know. Good for you. And then have you move over here and attack that one. Have you move over here. Good. Attack. Yeah. Keep it going. Attack. Attack. Cool. Attack. Attack. Cool. I don't see any more wyverns. Alright. Action. Attack. 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 Cool. Attack. Okay. Oh, come on. Let me go to the other dude! This is honestly really oh my god. Okay, fine. Attack. Stop interrupting me. Let me gather this motherfucker and send him over here. Bum, 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 bum. Attack. Action. Attack. Yeah, I know. That one. Cool. Honestly, this is not the way you're normally supposed to do this, but it's fine. Alright. So the only one left is this guy, the commander. Alright, and now I want to set Stoner. Stoner. And then another Stoner. And then take care of this guy action. Have him go to attack. Alright, and now Defender. Move to attack. And then more attackers. And we are pretty much in the clear now. He's gonna get pummeled. And halted enemy attack. Okay, so I will actually explain that better on the next one. Whew, that was good. Bashinder's troops will be back. Be sure and scout the area well. We don't know when they'll attack again. We have 11 allies left, so here's 2,200 gil. So they pay you back for any surviving allies that you have. Oh yeah, I found this just now on the battlefield. Maybe it'll come in handy for you guys. And we get a magic comb, which is actually another weapon for Red 13. So mithril clip to the magic comb. Same materia slots, but no linked materia slots, so anything that he had paired with all or whatever, yeah, he won't be able to hit everything on the field with earth. That's fine though. It's not that big a deal. Go to arrange, well actually exchange, go down to red and just swap these. And now go back here, put that on, and poison, enemy, well, enemy skill's useless. Ice. Because you can't actually level the enemy skill. Okay, so the magic comb has double materia growth, so any AP that you get after battle is now doubled. So these will level up just a tad bit faster now, and it's super nice. That's all we wanted to do here. I know I didn't explain anything there, but that's mostly because I set myself up almost for failure, so I had to kind of focus. Because I actually didn't set any of my troops like I should have before starting the fight. But, that is that. And let's talk to this guy real quick. Yes, I've also told the store owners about you, so they should sell you various items. And feel free to use our beds. Okay, we should have asked him where Junon was, but I'm just gonna tell you where Junon is. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you. So let us get our booties out of here and proceed forward. And I've only been recording for probably about 20 minutes now, so this is probably going to be another pretty short episode, around 20-something to 30 minutes. And that is fine, but you will see me earning new limits at the end of the episode after I say bye. I'll put in a little montage of me learning that stuff. And we're just going to enjoy the little battle system while we make our way over to where Junon is. The flying turds there, those are the guys that you can use an ability called... what's it called? Blue Impulse, I do believe, or Impulse Wave, something like that. Wow. Also, if you're wondering why Cloud is suddenly doing 300 plus damage, a lot of enemies in this game are actually really weak to the wind element, and unfortunately you don't have any wind materia. However, the Choco Mog materia is a wind type... is a wind type element. And paired with the elemental in his weapon, it then adds the wind element to his physical attacks. And that allows him to hit even harder. So he does more damage. Now, Junon is right over here, hugging this cliff. As you can... it's a little hard to see from now, from where I am. But you can see a bit of a cannon jutting out behind it. Nice. And I do want to show a little bit more. So we're not going to be heading into Junon. I'm just going to be showing you where it is. And then I'm going to explain a couple more things. So this right here is Junon. That is where we need to proceed for the story. And this little spot right here is for a little thing that we're going to be getting way later at the end of the game. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody who may not know. But at the same time, this game has been out for 20 plus years. Oh, these guys have such a good enemy skill. Unfortunately, we can't learn it until after we get the, wow, one shot. And we're not even really all that strong yet. It's crazy. But, I will be meeting you guys at the beginning of the next episode right here anyways, so I probably didn't have to show you that. But one thing I do want to show you is, so let's see, Chocomog is 13 AP total away from being level 2. Now, when you get a summon materia, you automatically have that first star filled in, allowing you to summon your the Chocomog one time per battle. When it goes up a level, you can summon it an extra time in battle. Up to a total of 5 when you have it completely mastered. And another thing, for when you completely master a materia, filling in all the stars for that, a new materia is born from that. So let's see. The best way to put it is, let's say I master the elemental materia, so all 4 stars are completely filled in. When that happens, another elemental materia that is completely unupgraded, unleveled, 0 AP to its name will be born, and then you can level that one up, and you can get an infinite, well, not infinite amount, there is only so much space here for all of your materia, so you really can't actually level everything you want. But if you ever want duplicates of materia that you can't buy, it is best to just grind out the AP to get a duplicate, and then grind out AP more, or more AP. To master that next one. And then, let's see. I did level up a couple of materia, so proceeding through everything we have done and a little bit of grinding, our all materia has also leveled up. And much like the summon materia, your total uses for whatever is paired with that all materia is increased for every level that it gains. So originally, we were only able to cast Quake on all enemies one time. Now that the all materia is now level 2, you can now cast Quake on all enemies on the field twice. And then 3, and then 4, and then 5 as it gets further and further. And then for most magic materia, like specifically the elemental ones like Earth, Lightning, Fire, Ice, and Poison, you will get an upgraded version of the spell. It will cost more MP, it will do more base damage, and I do believe for Poison, Bio 2 has a higher chance of actually poisoning the enemy, and Bio 3 has an even higher chance than Bio 2. Do not quote me on that, I could be wrong, but Bio 3 will do more base damage upon casting than Bio 2 or Bio 1. And then Ice 2 has a higher damage multiplier, so it does more damage, same with Ice 3. And then for command materia like this, leveling a steel up replaces the steel command with Mug, allowing you to do physical damage and attempt to steal something from an enemy. And typically some of the best materias are really going to be your purple ones. Chocobo Lure doesn't count. Long range does count, that is actually very nice. And then cover is also really nice. This is also super beneficial for trying to level up your... The boys are fighting. Well, they're playing. But cover is very useful for learning your limit breaks. That's kind of why I have it on everybody right now. Well, on Cloud specifically. Now, I do... Oh my goodness. Always getting interrupted with a fight. That's fine. Okay, you know what? I want to use Ice 2 once. Just to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to have Aerith cast Bolt 2 on one of the other ones. I just want to show off the spells, because Ice 2 looks significantly better than regular Ice. Bolt 2 sounds pretty wicked, honestly. And then I don't think... No. Aerith. Yes, you have fire too. I've used a lot of fire in this playthrough so far. And now you have a little pillar for fire too. It's really nice. And then better damage multiplier, so doing more damage. Chocomog has now leveled up, so now Cloud can actually summon Chocomog in a single battle twice. Granted though, most regular enemies as of right now aren't going to survive it more than once anyway. And now I want to come across the blue impulse enemies. Oh no! Hold on, I forgot something. I wanted to put Fury on everybody. You know what? I'm kind of curious. Nice. I want to see how much damage Quake does to these guys. Not a whole lot. And then, now Cloud is the one with Cure 2. Please leave Aerith alone! Leave her alone! Don't you dare go for Aerith again. God, these guys are annoying. Thank you. Cure 2, and then I'm just gonna have Red cast that. And Cure 2 has a higher MP cost along with a higher restoration multiplier, or healing multiplier, so it heals you for more. And that goes for pretty much every materia in the game, or at least your magic-based ones. And look at that, Cloud is now the highest level person in the party, level 23. Okay, what I wanted to do is I wanted to use hypers on everybody, allowing them to fill up their limit gauges faster, and I want to find a specific enemy. The Mandrake-looking turds that have been using that Grand Spark attack, they level your limit gauge up pretty quickly too, but they're not the ones I want. These are the guys I want. So we are literally just going to defend until somebody's limit gauge is full. Preferably everybody's. That's the attack I was talking about. That one typically hits everybody and levels everybody up a little bit. And then just use Breath of the Earth. It's not going to do anything. Not right now, at least. And see the HP and MP increase that Red got from doing that. So we're just going to defend. Cloud's going to have his next limit break. Oh man, that's something I forgot. Shoot, dang it. Aerith's Breath of the Earth will remove Fury off of your characters. So you will have to use another hyper on them. It's kind of annoying, but it's fine. It's not that big a deal. But this is what I'm going to be doing. So if I need to buy more hypers, I will buy them. And then I will reapply Fury, come back, and start working on getting everybody's limits. And then at the beginning of the next episode, I know I said I'd meet you at Junon, but I'm probably going to be here in the woods anyway, just so I can show you a few of Yuffie's limit breaks. But, yeah. So that's going to be it for this episode. I am going to be grinding out the limits, so you're going to see that after I say bye, which is coming by real soon. So, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. You all have a great day. Bye.